Just got home. Change my sweater real quick. Sorry, guys. Hey, girl. Just walking in the house, literally. Had to change my shirt. I got mad stuff on me. Megan's about to join us right now, too.
Hey.
All right. This should be coming on now.
Okay.
Hey. Because today I had to go teach down in the city. Normally I do it through Zoom, but today I had to go in the school real quick.
You didn't tell me what you do. What kind of classes are you teaching?
Oh, so I just started teaching part-time medical billing classes instead of me doing it. I'm actually teaching it.
Genius.
Yeah. I used to have the intern from those medical billing schools come intern for my office. So I needed a teacher, so I was like, I wouldn't mind teaching. So it's not bad. It's only like a couple of hours, a few days a week. But today I had to just go to school to do one lesson. Let me make it here. Oh yeah.
So go ahead, girl. Do an introduction.
All right, what's up, everybody? Hey.
Hi.
All right, so I'm excited for today's episode because it's along the field of the career I was in or still am in for a long time. So let me tell y'all, today is about the Hollywood mom. Now, I know Megan because me and Megan have worked on movie sets together.
Yes.
She is a celebrity makeup artist. She has worked with everybody. She actually just wrapped a film with one of my good friends, Nafisa, recently. That's going to be in theaters
November,
right?
the 24th, yes.
Yeah, November 24th. Yep, so it's going to be in theaters, so that's really, really exciting. She's pretty awesome because you don't understand, like, Megan does everything. Megan does hair, Megan does makeup. She has a whole little crew with her. Now, the thing that's crazy to me is that for many years that I was in the industry, I wasn't a mom though, you know, so I'm here on set doing my thing. Megan, can you hear us? Because it looks like, oh wait, maybe she got disconnected. Oh yeah, hold on. Let me get her back in here. Hold on one second, I froze. Déjame ver qué pasó. Okay, she left, so let her wait till she comes back and then we'll get her back in. Did that work? Okay, now can you hear me?
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but I was like,
yeah, I don't know, it froze. So what I was telling them was that you got your movie coming out, and then the thing with me was that I've worked on sets all my life since I was 10 years old. But I never was a mom when I worked on set.
Yeah.
And when I became a mom and then I worked on set, I was like, how do these moms do this?
Yeah.
Oh my, you gotta understand, like working on set, you're working like, they say 12 hours, but
it's longer. It's longer.
Listen, not only do you include the hours that you're on set, you're talking about driving home exhausted, having to come right back to set just a few hours later. And when we do this, we're working like straight for like a whole month at times, sometimes more.
Yeah.
And you probably get like a day off in between those because you can't work more than 6 days straight. But that's it. And then that day, you're probably prepping for the next shoots of what you have to do, you know, so you're not really resting like that. So this is why I felt it was so important now for me to have someone who's been in the industry. Because how many children do you have, Megan? Megan has a couple.
I have 4.
4. Oh my God. So what are your ages? What are the ages?
Well, now I'm happy. They are all older now. So
right.
I'm a little freer. My oldest is 20.
Wow.
I have twins that are 18 and my youngest is 15.
Oh, wow.
But when I first started this, they were all still very young. They're used to me being in this industry. They're used to me knowing. I'm sorry if you hear my cat in the background. She's in heat And so I put her up, and now she's like screaming. Or let her out. Just let her out. But yeah, they're used to me being in this industry, and to the point to where my kids have worked on set. Like, they go on sets with me. My boys are either in the grip department or PAs or in the art department. I have 3 boys and 1 girl. My daughter, sometimes she's casted as roles.
She's so beautiful, by the way. Brooklyn, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
So it's been a minute, but I'm a single mom at that. So I'm doing
that. Girl, so how was it in the beginning? Like, how did you get help, or how did you manage everything, like when they were young?
To be honest, my mom and my aunts, her sisters, stepped in a lot and helped me.
Wow.
And then our mother was a single mother also. Knew the struggle of what it was to be a single mom. And at first she thought that I was playing. Like, you want to be makeup, you don't get paid doing nothing. You know how
I can imagine.
You know how they are. And my mom was a social worker, and she went to college and had an education, and you know what I mean? So she's, very Black Panther and very like in the community and helping in church and all that other stuff. So she was like, you want to do makeup? No, I can get you a job at the county, let me help you.
Right.
And I'm like, Mom, that's not for me. And she didn't understand it until she came on set with me. And then when she came on set with me, she was like, okay, you're going to need help with the kids.
Oh, the village.
That's nice.
Yeah, she's so like, she is literally in heat. She's rolling all over the floor.
Oh my
cat.
My cat. I'm like,
it sounds like a baby.
It does sound like a.
That's why when you said it, I was cracking up, because I was like, the whole time I was like 15 years old. So there's no baby in the house.
No, it's a cat. She's a Savannah cat, and if you know anything about Savannah cats, they're huge, and she's tripping right now. I'm like,
what state do you live in?
I'm in California. I live in
okay. That was the first cat I looked into, was a Savannah cat, and they're illegal in New York State. So then my next was a Bengal. Yeah.
Yeah, they're illegal.
I never knew that.
They're huge.
So how did you get into, like, what did you start off? You started off on the movie sets, TV sets?
No, I started off in the music industry. I used to sing and write.
Wow.
You really do everything.
She cooks too. She's really a cook too, but
yeah, I do cook. I have a cooking page, y'all. Single Mom. So if you ever want to get some recipes, it's on there. But I started in the music industry. I used to sing and write. I was part of a girl groups. Yeah, I went to come here. She wants my attention. Sorry, y'all.
It's okay.
It's all right. It don't bother us. We used to kids anyways. Oh my God, amazing.
This is my guys. Hi, Mama. See, you gotta be quiet.
Oh, she got real quiet then.
Right.
Oh, you want to see?
Right now.
She just wants. She wants
right there.
But yeah, I was doing. Yeah, this is a Savannah cat.
Oh, you want to see? Okay, it's a Savannah cat.
So.
She can't hear. I have the headphone in.
Oh yeah. But I started singing, and then people found out that I knew how to do hair and makeup because I went to cosmetology school to graduate high school early.
Wow.
And so like, yeah, I'll do your makeup stuff for video shoots. But then when I first got on set, I was like, yo, I love this. Because I started off in doing
That's fine for now.
And then I met Dan and his brother. Actually, our first set was the first movie I did.
Get out.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Listen, I would have never known. Killed it.
Yeah.
So
that was our...
Because the thing with the movies that we do, we shoot like features in like a week, which is unheard of in this industry. But now a lot of people are grabbing into that model, I noticed.
Yeah.
And doing that. And it's a lot. It's a lot because the makeup artist has to have these artists like for every scene on point. So sometimes they gotta like fix, change their makeup look and all these things. and work with the wardrobe stylist, because you're shooting, for example, like in the movie, you're shooting today, and then you're going to shoot like a past of who they were. So then you fix the makeup to that. Sometimes it's even a different era when they were younger or when older, things like that. So we always needed like a makeup artist that was quick, like super, super quick. Like every time, because we were doing like probably 1 or 2 takes and we were moving.
Next.
Yeah, next. So it's like everybody had to be on deck and ready. And it's like we had our makeup artist that we work with, and we still work with him. But I know Dan brought in Megan that time to that set, and she was everything we needed. Like she was on point, and you were doing the hair too on that one, right? Mm-hmm. That one we did with Golden Brooks was in that one. Oh, and matter of fact, Tommy from
he was in it.
From
yeah, he was in it.
And that's how I met. That's how I met him and Golden Brooks from Girlfriends. Yep.
And that was my first reel where I was doing hair and makeup, real movie job. And then from then on, me and Dan, we've been rocking ever since.
Oh yeah, they've done multiple projects together. They have a team. Aren't you part of what's the one that's on All Black?
House Divided.
House Divided, which got nominated for
for Emmy. Yep. I was so excited, and it's just been a blessing. And to be honest, it hasn't been easy. Like people think, I'm
like
this glamorous life, and it's
Tell us about now. What's the hardest part about all this with being a mom and having to work these hours and be away from your children?
First, I miss stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, my son and his football games and his basketball games, my oldest, I would miss a lot of it. And I wasn't home. And when I got home, I'm so dead tired that I'm just like, I can't. But for me, I had to push myself to be present. And my kids, if you were to meet them, they're so funny. It's not like a mom and kids relationship. Mm-hmm. You know, they're my friends also. Like we have fun together. We go out together. Like if I'm going to the movies, they going to the movies. If I'm going somewhere fancy to eat, half the time they with me. So everybody knows when they're inviting me somewhere, you're inviting my tribe. Like they're coming.
Yeah.
So cute. Like, I love that.
I don't know what to tell you. They're coming. And if I'm on a set where kids are allowed and they don't mind, hey, that's what you're going to find in a trailer. And if you need to put them to work, you can put them to work. You know what I mean? So, and they're used to it. And what makes it better is they like being a part of it. They love going and helping me and like, oh my God, this is so cool. So they get to meet certain people and like, oh my God, like that's such and such. I watch them and, you know, they get excited. So,
you know, ever since I became a mom now, because was it the dance one that we were together? Someone came on set with a baby, I remember, on one of the...
Yeah.
Was that one?
Yeah, it was... I forgot what it was for. I don't remember, but...
I can't remember.
But,
you know, at the time I wasn't a mom, so, you know, I'm not going to lie. You know, I had that ignorant mentality. Get a babysitter, you know what I mean? But then now that I'm a mom, I'm like, it's not just get a babysitter because you want to be around them. You know what I mean? So it's like now I see it with a different set of eyes. And now with, you know, my production company that me and Steve been growing for some time right now, I want to make sure that it's mom friendly.
Yeah.
That we can have these, you know, like budgets that we have a sitter or somebody who can watch the children, whether it be in a trailer, whether it be in a certain part that's close by us, you know, so that they're a part, like you're not away from your children, because at least within that you can still check on them, you can see them, speak to them, you know,
and then it's like, especially with the world we in now, I don't trust nobody with my kids.
Right.
You know what?
Yeah.
My kids, I'm very protective of my children, and people already know I don't play when it comes to them. You know, there's been a time when Brooklyn was on set with me for a film, and the sound guy was weird, and I was like, yo, y'all got to fire him now. Either you fire him or y'all about to see what happens, you know? So, and they were like, oh no, of course. What is he doing? Because, you know, they were like, that's not, we have other minors on this set. So if he's acting weird with you,
exactly
acting weird with other minors. So I'm very protective of my children. And now that they're older, they're so like, oh, okay, yeah, you going? All right, cool. I'll see you later. You know, they're old.
Right.
But it has not been peaches and cream. I've been homeless twice with them, trying to continue to be in this industry because I believe in it and I know that I was going to make it. And you know what I mean? So at times, you know, we were all just like huddling it together and making sure, okay, mom has to go to work. We're going to school. We're going to do this. And my oldest son, Jeremiah, is one of the strongest men I know because he would handle everything with a grain. Okay, mom, I got you. Let's get it. You know what I mean? And I had him when I was a baby. You know, I had him when I was 18.
Wow.
Up together. So it's like me seeing him now. I don't know any 20-year-old who has his mindset. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So mature.
He's so mature for his age. Like he knows how to handle any kind of situation. Like he just be like, oh, I got it. Never mind. You know, and just can rock with it.
Right. Listen, after
that's so awesome.
I said with the baby on my titty, ADing and shit, like, y'all gotta do this, y'all gotta do that. Yes, there's a baby on my titty. Keep it moving.
Yep.
Don't worry about
it. Like it is what it is. People felt that's what women did back in the day.
Yes. Yeah.
And so for people to think now, oh, you're a mom and you're all fragile. No, actually, I work harder than you. You know, like I do 10 times more than what you do. You just go home and go to sleep, but your wife is at home cleaning, cooking, making sure when you get home, you're stable mind and able and can relax and have a release. But she doesn't technically get that release. People forget that. The mom don't get the release.
Oh, no days off.
Wow. That's a fact right there.
They don't.
Wow.
I have a little bit of a question.
Yeah.
I'm interested to know how you dealt with like explaining like what they saw. Like I know sometimes they might see certain scenes or they might see like certain adult behavior that you might not want them to kind of like use that as an example. Like how did you navigate that? I
didn't have them in there.
Okay. I
didn't have them in certain, like if it was like a sex scene or anything like that, I didn't have in there. But again, at the time, I'm a real lax mom. So me and my kids have watched just about every movie you can think of. I've never sugarcoated anything for them. I let them know exactly what the deal is. This is what happens. And when you act stupid, people get shot and killed. When you do this is, even though this is fake, you know, it's not real. This can happen.
Right.
You know, so I've always been that mom to where I don't hide anything from them. And I think that's why they are how they are now. I don't hide anything. I let them know straight up what the deal is. And they're like, awesome. Okay.
How do you deal with, because Brooklyn does modeling, right?
Yeah, she does modeling and acting.
Okay. So how do you deal with, because this industry has a habit of violating children a lot. So that's stuff that concerns you.
Yes.
Or how do you, protect her from that,
If you were to meet Brooklyn, you would already know.
She Brooklyn?
She's never been to Brooklyn, but she's Brooklyn all day. I gave her the perfect name. She is no nonsense. She will put you in your place. And that's another to how she was raised. She does not hold her tongue. If she doesn't like something, she's going to be like, no, I don't like it. I'm not doing it. And then at the same time, I'm there. So if there's anything that she has to do, I'm going to be there. I will take off work to make sure she's there. Or I will have somebody within my family, like my younger brother, who is now in the industry, he goes, you know what I mean? Or my aunt is going to go, or her godmother. Like, it's never going to be where she's by herself ever. And I think that's going to stay until she's about 30 years old. She's always going to have somebody.
Right. I get it.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Because I can't afford to go to jail, y'all. Like, I really can't.
Like, somebody will get killed.
Yeah. And it is what it is. It's what they ask me if I... You know,
that little giggle's dangerous.
Right. It ain't me. It's either going to be my daddy or her uncles. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, we don't play when our family is so close. It's ridiculous how close we are. Both sides of my family. My father's side we're really, and my mother,
beautiful.
Me and my
Hi.
we talk every day. So it's like everybody knows what everybody is doing. I'm here. I'm at this place. This is what I'm doing. Okay, if something happens, you know where I'm at. You know.
Dope. Now,
Always.
how do you deal with, because we all know this industry fake as fuck.
Yes.
There's so much shadiness that goes on, you know, even within work, and even because there's not even competition per se, but people create this competition world that doesn't need to happen because there's room for everybody to eat. So how do you deal with that, just being in the industry and navigating through certain personalities and just all the bullshit? Because we know the bullshit that go down, man.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Again, you know me, I have a mouth. So people know who to talk to and do things to, and they know who not to do things to. So people tend, even when I first started, they tend to know, okay, she's not somebody that I can just roll up and play with. Like, you
Right.
can't. I'm very straightforward. I'm going to let you know what's going to happen. And I'm loyal. So I don't have the same issues that some people have, because at the same time, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to tell you straight up what it is. I'm going to keep it pushing. If you don't like me, it is what it is. We don't have to be friends, but we're going to get this paper together. That's what it is. You know what I mean? And keep it at that. People tend to, in this industry, make business more like a personal thing. And it's not. It's not a personal thing. Business is business. If you worked in a regular job, you know, this is how they do things. This is how things are done. So that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, Megan knew when I first met Megan. Remember when we were on set? She knew I wasn't about the drama. I wasn't about the bullshit. I was about getting shit done.
Yes, let's get it. Let's get this. And if
it's like a certain aura that people
and then
carry around.
Yeah, I've always, you know, God blessed me with this. This is just something that I have. I've always had that. When I walk in somewhere, people notice me, and it's nothing that I can do about it. It's not me trying to brag. It's not me trying to think I'm better than anybody. I stand out, and I stand out because I know who I am and I know what I'm worth. And because I know who I am and what I'm worth,
Facts.
I stand out to people. So they were like, "Oh, who's that? That's Megan. Did it talk to her?" And I'll talk to anybody. I don't care who you are. You could be the PA or you could be somebody else. Everybody's going to have a conversation with me.
Yeah. That's so true, because I'm telling you, I would have never known that was her first movie set. She was so on point with everybody, and also anybody that was working with her, like her assistants, they were on point too, and she made sure they were on point. And I
don't play when it comes to that.
Like her, whoever was her crew, she had one barber, I think, was there.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody else, I forgot, but I know that you had everybody on check that was in your crew, and that's what I loved about her. You know what I mean?
I do the same thing, and I stick to minorities. So everybody who is on my crew most of the time are minorities.
Yeah.
You know, everybody, they don't get the same opportunities we get. You know, and I like to make sure that if you're a single mom, I'm going to help you too. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of single moms who want to do what I do. And I'm telling them, you can do it, sis, you can do it. You just have to, you know, push through it.
Yeah.
You know, through it. So most of the time I have, like my team now, it's all Black women. All my barber's a Black woman. My assistant's a Black woman, and me. And we're all Black women, and we roll up in there, and they were like, "Oh, here come the team."
Like, you so dope about that is because a lot of times we've had issues where they don't know how to do our hair.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know how to do our makeup because they have this Caucasian standard of how they do stuff, and our texture of our hair is different.
Yep.
You know,
and
so
that's one of the things why I am starting this thing called Brown Girls in Beauty, where basically makeup artists, stylists, hairstylists, nail techs, barbers, anybody like that, I want them to sign onto my database so they can get the opportunities and the jobs and know how to get in the
nice.
What agencies are out there by you. People don't know that they're within the United States. I think there's 100, and in Canada is 100 and something different unions. They don't know that there's so many unions.
I didn't know there was unions.
No, but for me, I've done the research for you. I figured it out, and I'm gonna give you that knowledge. And then I want to train people for us to not belittle or lessen ourselves to make sure that we get the job. No, stick to your rate. Stick to, you have.
That's so important.
If you're a mom, you have kids, you have bills. Like me working for free is not keeping my lights on. I can't do that. I can't.
No credit over here.
That's very similar to like the dance industry, where a lot of dancers now, I have a cousin that's touring, and she was mentioning that, like, listen, I had to work my butt off for this part. And now these people that they said no, because, our group was, better, they kind of just were like, we'll do it for free. And it's like, you just tore down the whole community by doing that. Like, I get it, you want to do your thing and all this stuff, but don't do it at the free. Like, it's it's costing everyone else's hard work, because now they're gonna assume, well, if you want to be in my video, you got to do it for free because you're gonna be seen everywhere. So I really like that, the thing about the union. But also I think that you can also like copyright your name and make a LLC out of your name and make a business out of yourself also. So if anybody that's out there,
a lot of my girls, they have to do that. And even the guys that I work with know, you are a business. You need to let people know you are a business. If they were to go to, say, Louis Vuitton, if they're going to go into a Louis Vuitton store and Louis Vuitton is doing a deal, they expect certain things. So when you present yourself like that, people are going to treat you that way. Absolutely. I'm not saying that I haven't done things for free. Yes, I have. But when I did that for free, I made sure that I got certain things out of it that was going to help me elevate. Yes. I'm not going to do something free that's going to keep me at the same level. If I'm going to do something free, I'm going to be up here by the time I'm done. Yeah. And I don't do many. I don't.
Because after a while, you get to a certain level. Your work speaks for itself, and you're not a free person anymore. You're just not. You have a rate, and that's what it is. And it's like, it's cool if you can't afford me for this one, catch me on the next one. You know what I mean? Like,
and my thing is, like, sometimes I tell people, if you can't afford me, that's all right. I got somebody for you, and I'm going to refer one of my girls to work that job so they're getting paid. You know what I mean?
I like that.
Our crew, we have to stay working. Like my crew, people are always like, you got the same girls. Yep, I keep the same people in my crew. We all rock the same way, the same things, so that we can all eat together. Yeah. It's not about just one person getting here and you don't help the other ones. We're stagnant. That's one thing I can say about our community. Sometimes we're stagnant because we don't feel like we should give the next person the information. Like, why not?
That's always something that always bothered me about this industry.
That bothered me too.
I'm full with information, because at the end of the day, I'm me, and ain't nobody gonna be me, and ain't nobody gonna be you, and so nobody can take from me what's meant for me.
Yeah,
and I know that. So I'm gonna put you.
Hey, you can hire her, and it could be is she cheaper? I get it, but you ain't gonna get what I have.
Right. So that's the thing.
I know. Again, I know my worth. I know who I am, and I'm sorry I can't do $100 and $150. I can't. That's just what it is.
So how has it been? Yeah. Oh, and it's crazy because I didn't really think about how dangerous these hours and working hours were that we do on set until I had children, because I remember I did 3 days on set. And I live a little ways. Now I'm in Palmdale, but I was up in Victorville at the time, so I was even further. And driving to LA is like a good 90 minutes or so. So I was on set till late, and then came back home to get up early to go back there. I never even saw my children wake up because I had to leave so early.
Yeah.
And by the time I got back, it was like close to their bedtime that some of them were already asleep.
Yeah.
And I was so exhausted that even after the 3 days straight, that fourth day that I was done, I couldn't even spend time with them because I was still recuperating just from 3 days of being that I no energy for them. And I sat there and I looked at myself like, this ain't right. This is not right. I'm like, we criticize 9 to 5s, but this is worse. And the reason nobody says anything is because it's Hollywood. But what are we really doing to ourselves? Like, we're destroying ourselves, because that's how you get sick. First of all, when you're on set, you don't eat healthy.
No, at all.
Sometimes you barely eat.
Sometimes you barely.
Sometimes you barely eat. Literally, you're just like munching on these crafties and snacks and stuff like that. You're trying to drink soda and things just to stay awake.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's like, now, I don't know if anybody knows, but there's been a whole big thing where now people are opening up about the dangers.
Oh, yeah. They had a strike. The union already strike because of the hours, and it's not healthy. There's so many people who have left set fine but end up dying on their way home because they've gotten in an accident. Or one person, I heard a story where one person passed on set because he was so tired, didn't realize how tired he was. He had a heart attack and died. You know what I mean?
That's
so
crazy.
People are dying from not getting the hours, the sleep. We need to be able to, I feel like if you give, actors automatically get a 12-hour turnaround. You know what I mean? They don't give that us. Crew,
people don't know.
You don't get that turnaround. They don't care. So I'm like, if you're going to give them a 12-hour turnaround, we should get the same respect, because even, yes, they're the actors, but you wouldn't have no production without us.
Thank you.
Without us.
What's a turnaround?
Okay, so if somebody, we leave set at 10 o'clock, if the actor leaves set at 10 o'clock, they can't be back on set for another 12 hours. That's a 12 hour.
Oh. Okay.
So even, like me as an AD, I'm in charge of the schedule. So I would have to make sure that whatever scenes they're in is within that 12-hour block when I call them back to come on set. Mm-hmm. And then for the crew, what was it? 10 hours we got? Yeah. But it was 10 hours, honestly.
8 hours.
You leave set at 10 p.m. and you coming back to set at a 6 a.m. call time. Yeah.
And then at the time, I used to live far too. I live in Long Beach now, but I used to live in Moreno Valley. I used to live in Ontario. Yep. I lived far, so it was like, I get off at 10. I'm not getting home till almost 12. Yep. And then I get home and I have to wind down, and it takes me about an hour and a half to wind down. And then I'm up at 3 because I have to drive back to get back to LA. You know what I mean? So it's like, I had no sleep. And then when I had a roommate for, the past year. I'm by myself now, but my roommate, she was like, when Megan is done with a job, she needs at least a week. I'm literally in the bed for a week. Yeah. Like, sleeping and just resting, because my body is so tired that I can't do anything. I don't even want to go outside. I'd be like this. Ugh. Yeah. I'm so tired. I want to go outside. I don't want to do nothing. But again, that's not fair to my kids. It's not fair to my kids that I feel that way, even though, yes, they understand and they're okay with it. But at the same time, I wasn't. So there were times I turned down jobs just because I was like, I know they're not going to give us the time we need. Man, they're not going to give us what we're supposed to have.
I don't even work on sets like that right now because of that, because I can't do it. Like, I don't, when I did them 3 days, I'll be honest, I felt like pure shit. Because when I remember that it was like a weekend. It was like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I remember that Monday they were here trying to play with me, trying to do stuff with me, and I couldn't do it. And I said, this was a 3-day set. What about those sets that I used to work on for 2-3 weeks at a time? You know, like, yeah, the money's good, but first of all, when you're tired, you don't even know how tired you are, because you realize it till when you get home and the next day you're like, yo, I don't even remember driving home. Yeah. You don't fucking remember. You be like, yo, how the fuck did I get home?
That's so, you know how dangerous that is?
Yo,
because
that is.
you're sleep driving. Basically, you're sleep driving in autopilot.
Opening the window every second, trying to get air and shit.
Yes. And you don't even realize that that's blasting the music extremely loud, having all the windows down so you don't fall asleep.
Yo, I would call Greg on the phone, like, yo, stay on the phone with me because I'm tired right now. Like, I'm so tired. Like, and it's a different tired. I don't know how to explain it. But you will feel like you probably worked out. You probably ran a marathon because your whole body feels it.
Like you done gave birth 5 times in a row.
I was going to say, like, having a fresh baby.
Yo, it's crazy.
You know, that tired when you first have a baby, you're just like this rocking the baby so it
Yeah.
stops crying. That's what you feel like. That's
You don't even know what day it is.
Yo, yeah. And it's like,
you ain't combed your hair like this. You ain't combed your hair. You ain't done nothing on autopilot. And that's just like,
that's my main thing about, you know, the projects that I'm going to do moving forward. You know what I mean? The ones that I've been doing now is my own personal project, so I can have my kids on set. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So nothing. And the greatest part was that the documentary I'm doing, it's like, it's about babies, it's about all that. So most of the time there's other children on set there too, because it's moms that I'm interviewing. Yeah. It's birth workers and they have children. So the dope part about it. But once I get back into the TV and film side, that we do with New Frequency, I definitely want to have it where it's much more, number one, mom friendly. Number two, I think that is so important for the budget to be invested in healthy foods. There should be juices on set. There should be ginger shots on set. Like, I'm serious, because they need the type of nutrients.
My team, most of the time, they'll tell you, we'll order out. We'll order our own stuff, to where, for me, I lost a lot of weight and I'm trying to lose more weight. So I'm being real picky on what I'm eating now. So I'll order my own salads. I'll order my own seafood and my own stuff, because sometimes they don't have, or they'll have somebody cooking in this, and me being a amateur chef, I'll be like, this shit is trash. It's nasty. I'm not eating that.
I was on a set one time because I'm plant-based, but I'm not the type of person that's going to be like, no, I'm never eating nothing. Don't you ever. Like, I'll make some, you know, adjustments, because if we're on set, whatever, I'll make some adjustments. However, I remember there was a set and they knew I was plant-based, so they would buy plant-based food, but they wouldn't, or normally ADs don't eat first. Like, we kind of get everybody to get, when it's lunchtime, I call lunchtime, and then everybody goes and gets online and eats, and I'm the last one, because after it's called the last man, which is the last person, the last crew member, I call last man, and then that's when the clock starts on them getting their 45 minutes to an hour break time.
And sometimes you don't.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes you get 30 minutes.
So what happens?
Sometimes what?
It's only 30 minutes.
30 minutes, yeah.
Oh my God.
Eat, right? But in sets that I've been on, like, people know I'm plant-based, so they'll put a plate aside for me, so then nobody eats it all. No, this other set, by the time I would go to eat, there was no food left for me. There was no food left for me. Like, I've dealt with so much shit. Like, that set, I walked out, I left. There was a week left in production. It was like I flew to New York for it. I was there for, it was like 4 or 5 weeks, but the movie was 3 weeks of shooting. And after the second week, I couldn't do no more. I was like, first of all, there was too much drama in it. And then second of all, like, you're not even respecting your AD. I'm putting in so much work to make sure that everything goes on budget, stays on track. I'm not sleeping. I'm not resting. I'm not doing all this switching up schedules every second.
Yeah.
And y'all really not feeding me like that?
Yeah, no, I'm not. I will tell you, there was one set I was on, and it was time for second meal. And
so they know.
Me and my girl, they were like, we're done with you guys. I was like, I'll walk off. I don't care. But she was like, no, I have second meal coming. I have second meal coming. And then when second meal got there, it was sliced watermelon, cheese crackers, and like pastrami meats and things like that, like a charcuterie board. Nothing's wrong with a charcuterie board. But when you've had a crew that has been working more than 12, 14, 15 hours, and all you have is crackers, cheese, meat, and watermelon, are you fucking kidding me?
Wow.
It's insane.
I want productions to now take into account, you already know you're going over. You know at the beginning of the day when you set the schedule that you were going to go over. So you should already had second meal planned for the people who are still going to be there. And when I set it off, we talked crap. Yes, I ate it, but I talked crap the whole time I was eating it, because this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And you know I'm allergic to watermelon, so what am I supposed to do? I can't eat.
Oh my God.
And then they don't take your allergies into account. One time I got a piece of cake. I told them I can't have coconut. I can't avocado, melons. I'm allergic to. Really bad. Coconut. Out of all of them, coconut messes me up. And I'm And I was
It's
like,
coconut in almost anything now.
yeah. And I said, what's in this? And they were like, oh, it's a hummingbird cake, and it has, I was like, it has coconut in it, right? I was like, see, I told you, I cannot have that. And the next thing you know, I'm like, scratching and stuff because I didn't have the coconut. Like, are you serious? I'm going to go on an anaphylactic shock because you guys, your caterer is not, oh, well, they didn't even tell us who had allergies or not. So you just cooking the cook? Like, are you serious?
That's crazy.
That's why I opened up my own production company, because it's
What happened?
AD working for another company, and you can't control the budget. You can't, like, take care of your crew the way you want to take care of your crew.
Yeah.
That's always been my frustration. I was like, no, I need to have my own shit because I need to take care of my crew, because I am crew. I know what it feels like, and we are so neglected.
Yeah. Yeah. My thing is, like I tell them all the time, yes, I come to work every day, but at the end of the day, I'm a mom and I need to go home to my kids. Nothing can happen to me, because then who's going to take care of them at the end of the day? You know what I mean? I make sure that I can make it home at the end of the day. You know what I mean? To make sure that they're good, and then I can pay my bills. And another thing is, like I tell people all the time, make sure you pay your crew on time, because by that time we're accumulating bills to work on your productions. And, when you don't pay us on time, that puts us in a hole. And then we're out there like, dang it, I got to get the next job, because I'm trying to fill that hole because you didn't pay me when you were supposed to pay me. And then my kids go without this because you didn't pay me when you were supposed to pay me. So it's like, yeah, sometimes I'll just walk out. My team would be like, pack up. They'd be like, all right, let's go. And then they get mad because then the actors and the actresses, because they love us,
Right.
Oh, wait, she's leaving? Why is she leaving? What did you guys do? Fix it. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I'm out. I have no problem.
They can't do nothing without the crew. They can't do nothing. They can have 1,000,001 stars. Ain't nothing happening if the crew ain't.
Yeah, if you have no wardrobe, especially wardrobe and makeup and hair. If you don't have none of that, yes, you can have all the lighting and the grip, but they can't make they can't bring the vision that the director has in his head. Wardrobe, makeup, and hair, we all come together to give you your vision. So when you're watching the production, you're seeing what the hard work that wardrobe, makeup, and hair has done.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And if you don't have us, you're not going to have anything. There's nothing to show. You can have people just sitting there and they're just going to be like, oh, that's just Brad Pitt being Brad Pitt. You know what I mean? Like, he's not the character anymore.
Yep. Yep.
Even art department, sometimes I feel bad for art department because they be going, they have long hours.
Oh yeah, because for us.
Yep. Like when you see someone's apartment on a TV show, there's a crew of people who make it look the way it looks, and people don't realize that. And those people don't get any sleep. Sometimes they have to recycle things from different things because they're not giving them the correct budget to do what they need to do.
And I've seen them create some magic with the littlest budget that I'm always shocked, because that's how talented they are. They will create nothing out of something. I will say that, but they're supposed to do that.
Yeah,
that don't mean they're supposed to. But these art departments, man, you get to set and they literally created the whole vision.
You're like, oh my God, it's actually a real winter wonderland. Where did this come from?
Yeah.
Where did this come from? Like, how did you do that? Because you left and it was just an empty warehouse room, and then you come back and it's a magical island. You know what I mean? Like, it's something totally different. And then, they just have to respect us in that point, especially the people who have children. We want to go home and see our kids. I hate when they try to do these productions, especially around the holidays. And
oh my God, yes.
Productions. Oh, we're just going to shoot the day before Thanksgiving. Well, the day before Thanksgiving, that's when I like to prep and make this and do all kinds of stuff. So I'm with my family. And no, I'm not coming the day after Thanksgiving to come back to set.
No, that's ridiculous.
They try to be slick.
You know what I mean?
How did it work out with because I know they said they redid the whole stuff with the union that everybody was fighting for. Did you guys get what you guys wanted?
I don't think so. I think they should have kept fighting.
I don't know either.
I feel like they should have kept fighting. They should have went, because after they signed that thing and everything went well the way they wanted it to go, a young woman DP gets killed on set because the props and stuff and the act, you know what I mean? And now her son is without,
and hired some other non-union workers that didn't have the proper safety measures, and that's why that lady died.
Yeah. And it's like, now her son, he has no mom. Her husband is now raising their son alone because you guys failed. You failed.
And that could have been anybody. It could have been the DP. It could have been the makeup artist. It could be anybody. Because remember, when we're shooting, a lot of times the makeup artist is standing on deck to make sure that the artist, if they need a touch-up or real quick, they're right there by the camera.
Yeah, run right in. So how do you know? Because sometimes we're even, when they are just running through a scene, sometimes we're even there when they're running through a scene. Yep. So what somebody else, you know what I mean, was standing there in front of him or like on the side with somebody else, and you're shooting a gun, and then now somebody's dead. You know what I mean? Like, it broke my heart. I didn't know her personally. Her name was Helena. I didn't know her personally, and I need to. And people are like, "Oh, talk about her name and what she did and her legacy that she left." You know what I mean? Now her son has to live with the fact that his mom is no longer here because of and it's so negligent.
Yep.
That you guys didn't pay attention to this. You know, and this baby now is by, you know, he's not by himself. He has his dad. But I'm telling you, there's nothing like a mom. There's nothing like a mom. Yes, there's fathers that do everything, but we take on so much more than, you know what I mean? So now he doesn't have that anymore. And it just breaks my heart. It breaks my heart.
Man, that story really, that hit me. And it was scary because it's like we've all been on sets where they have those things, you know? And you would never, you know, obviously you don't think, you feel like, oh, obviously, it can happen, but you're like, nah, everything is, all the precautions are taking place, all the safety measures are taking place, so it's not going to happen. So when you see it do happen, especially on such a big production like that.
Yep. And my thing is like, also, because you're an AD, you would think the AD would have made sure that, okay, stop, guys, we got to stop. We have to do a
yes.
Gun on set. It's a prop gun. We need the prop master, the armor to come and check everything.
Before any time has to do with weapons.
What was the AD doing? What was the prop master and the armor and the people who are in charge of the prop? You know, where were they at?
Here's the crazy. I had heard that a lot of them were actually going to quit that day and had walked off. And the only ones that stood was the DP because she had kids, I think, and somebody else stood because of the whole stuff with because they said there was no safety measures being taken and they didn't feel safe.
Wow.
So they were already having issues with safety. And a lot of crew members walked off.
And that's probably that accident happened. And when you saw in the production, when you saw that your crew walked off, you should have stopped. You should have stopped. You shouldn't have kept going. Now, because you're not thinking about the big picture. You're just thinking about what's there. Now you have one person in the hospital that's injured and one person that is dead because you didn't have the balls to just stop and be like, you know what, let me stop. And let's rethink this, and we'll come back in 2-3 weeks after we've really figured out what we need to do to make it safe for everybody.
They're so worried about money.
Yep.
Now they made it even worse.
Yeah, and now you're really going to be worried about money. Now you're going to have to pay money to
all these
families. Yep.
So when they use like prop guns, sometimes they use real guns?
No.
So how did someone get hurt with a prop gun?
I think it was a blank, but the way it happened, I'm not sure.
Yeah. I heard normally we don't. It's just like you just pull it to get the
effect of like the bang.
Else is done
or, like the pullback.
But
yeah, it is.
So there's one in there, which I'm confused. Maybe that's not the true story. Who knows? But from my understanding, in any with weapons, first there's supposed to be a meeting before it's even used to make sure everything is safe. And secondly, I've never, in any gun stuff I've done, we've never used a real gun.
Yeah, no, it's always
because that would be weird. Also, like if we're shooting a movie, why would it be real, or why would it be dangerous? You know what I'm saying?
I was telling people, even if you use that same gun in a different scene, if I'm correct, Jen, every time that gun comes back on set and they're doing a new scene,
wow,
they're supposed to check it in front of
you do everything The gun, look, it's a play.
Every single time.
The whole you have to get the whole crew, the whole cast, everybody in the meeting before you do that scene.
And it doesn't matter how many times you do it. You have to do it before every scene.
Before every scene. Like, all right, we're about to use the gun again. Da-da-da-da. The prop master has a gun. Nobody else touches this. Once the actor is finished with it, they have to give it to the prop master, like the person that's in charge of it. They don't hold on to it. They have to give it to them. When we say cut, they give it back to the person.
Mm-hmm.
So it sounds like there's a clear protocol for things like that.
So.
But that wasn't followed on that set.
No.
That's what I was going to say.
Came in effect when Brandon Lee died. That's when they put this, and that was, what, in the 80s, 90s, when Crow came out? That's when they implemented, okay, we need to have certain guidelines when we have firearms on set. And that's when that was implemented. And it's like, because everybody is in a rush to get content out, everybody's in a rush to get projects out because we're so far behind because of COVID. You know what I mean? So everybody's in a rush to do everything, and then they're forgetting about all these little bitty steps, you know?
So somebody put a comment here. They said that's real bullets because they had Amir, who was 24 years old, and she put real bullets in the prop table, and then the first judge got them for the prop table and handed it over to Alec Baldwin. Wow.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
Because I don't know about the real story on that, but I heard something about that girl that got killed had something to say about certain things. So that's why I'm like, because I don't work in a set. I've never even been on a set. So that's why I had like the questions. I'm like, wait, is it even real guns? Like, what is going on? Like, how can an accident like that happen while recording a movie? Like, that should be the safest job in the world, actually. You're in front of a camera with a bunch of other people.
Thank you.
Like, you're not eating, you can't choke, you're not in the water, you can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just seems like something so out of, like, for that position, you know? Like, for an actor to pass away with a prop tool. That's insane.
And she probably wasn't paying attention as she's putting the bullets on the table from the blanks and the real ones, because they don't look the same. First off, you know, they don't. Most blanks have either an orange tip on them, or a green tip. If you look at them, they're not real, or they're the fake bullets. They, you know, I'm not sure. I've handled guns. I've been trained with them, so I know what the blanks and the fake ones look like. And yes, there are some that look real, but you weren't paying attention. Whoever was setting the gun up and setting everything up on the table clearly was negligent and not paying attention.
Wow.
Not paying attention at all. You know, and I just think about that boy. I just think about that little boy, and now his mom is gone because of negligence. You know, it's crazy. Yeah. And she's already working her butt off. If you knew that, that's a woman in the position that she was in.
Handle cameras? You know how?
Yes. You seen how many barriers she broke to get to where she is, being the DP of a huge movie, and you know, and now she's gone. Like, it's mind blowing. It's mind blowing to me because it didn't have to happen. It didn't have to.
It didn't.
It didn't have to happen. That's the saddest.
I gotta wrap this up soon, but tell everybody what you're working on. I know you got the movie coming out in November 24th.
Three.
Oh, three. So I don't know about the one because.
Oh, okay.
But you got A Holiday Chance.
Yes, A Holiday Chance.
Yep.
I have Christmas for Sale that's coming with Shanti Lowry. She is the lead. And then I have another one called A Sunset Christmas that's going to be on Amazon Prime. And then in 2 days, the premiere of Lace on All Black is coming out. And that is a law drama that is it's good. It's really good. So I'm excited about that. And right now I'm working on a project with Richard Lawson. We're turning a play into a movie, and that starts soon. So I'm excited about that.
That's dope. That's dope. And what's the name of the thing you're creating too? You said
it's called Brown Girls and Beauty.
Okay, do you have a page?
Brown Girls and Beauty.
Yeah, I already have a page on it. It's Brown Girls and Beauty on IG.
Okay, can you put it in the comment section just so they can see?
Yeah, I was going to say that. I would like to go see it.
I just put it in there.
Okay, dope.
And then if there's more moms on here and you want cooking, you can also go.
Cooking.
Yes, the cooking one. Because when you said it, I was going to ask you and I forgot.
Yeah, I am actually starting catering now.
Nice.
I'm going to start catering for people. And I'm going to write a cookbook, a little easy cookbook for moms to follow. Because that's one thing I do. People are like, how do you do all this and you still cook? I still come home and cook food. Because I don't like.
We have to.
Like, what they gonna eat? Air? You know what I mean? You guys still people.
That blows my mind when people look surprised when they're like, oh, who cooks? I'm like, who cooks? Who cooks in your house? Because, girl, like, I'm do all the cooking, you know?
Yeah.
And that's it. You know, family once in a while, but it's like, what do your kids eat?
Like,
who cooks for you?
You know, and my kids are so picky when it comes to food. They're like, one of my sons, he's right here next to me playing a video game. He was like, he'll look at people's food and be like, no, I'm not eating that.
No.
Nope. He won't.
Okay. Single moms cook.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. That's so cool.
Dope. Thank you, Megan, for joining.
Let's do it again. I'm so down.
I know.
I love this.
I gotta get on the set again. Don't worry. I got a few projects I've been writing.
I got your back all day.
I got this doc. We're about to put out the teaser for it soon.
I'm excited.
It's gonna be dope.
I'm so happy and proud of everything you're doing. Like, it's amazing we don't have this outlet for moms to just talk and to do stuff and to rely on each other. You know, even though mine are older now, I still, I went through the toddler stage.
Right?
And
you give us game.
Like, I had a 2-year-old and was pregnant with twins. So I understand, you know what I mean? So I'm like, if anybody on here, if you have any questions or anything, just hit me up. How do I stop my child from screaming? You know,
Anisha has twin girls.
Okay.
Yeah, I have twin girls. That's why when you said you had 4 and then the set in the middle was twins, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. And twins they're a different breed. They're a different breed. They stick together.
Yeah. But when they bigger, it's like a lot. It's out of control.
It's too much. And you be like,
yeah, it's like completely opposite spectrums, like massive scale.
It is. But thank you again.
I love this.
Thank you.
I love you. Tell my boy I said what's good.
I will.
All right, bye.
All right, I'll see you guys next week.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Yes, baby. Hold on.